So, hey, welcome everyone. Let me go ahead and adjust this down. Welcome everyone. I am Dawn Carter. I'm at decart on the socials, and every single day I am here. Oh, I made a new card. Look at this. At decart on the socials, but at decart in Snapchat. So if you want, there that is again. And welcome to Twitter Scope. Every single day we are here. I am here with your help, pushing back the veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter. I don't know if you've said this. I know I have had so many friends say to me, Dawn, I opened a Twitter account. I don't get how to use it. I don't get how to use Twitter to connect with my prospects or with other customers or with my customers. And so thus Twitter Scope was born. We're up to episode 88, and every single day I'm here posting a little tiny quick tip about how to use Twitter well. Again, with the focus of growing your business, connecting with customers, growing your tribe. So whether or not you're an author trying to connect with potential prospects for your book, or you are a business person trying to connect with other peers within your industry, just want to let you know, hey, welcome, that we are here to learn about using Twitter to grow your business. So again, my name is Dawn Carter at decart on the socials. So let's get into this. The question today, and this actually came up with a discussion that I had last night, our topic today is think like a visitor. Basically, how do I explain what it is that I do, whether it's my business? How do I explain that to someone who may not be familiar? And again, a lot of times social media is about introducing who you are to a brand new set of folks who've never heard of you. So one of the things that came out of a great conversation with actually two gentlemen last night, I'm going to go ahead and give you their two handles because I want you to follow them on Twitter, and then also follow them, well, at least follow this guy on Periscope. So Dotan Negrin, piano round, the guy that's traveling around the world playing his piano for the last 5 years. Amazing gentleman. Great conversation with Dotan and with Ryan Wicks last night, just talking with them about how do you use social media to connect with folks. Oh, welcome to me. Oh, I think that's a Riverside friend. Yes. So, hey, thanks so much for hopping on. We're talking today about how do you explain your business? How do you explain what it is that you do to people that may not be familiar? And one of the nuggets that came out of that discussion, which I really, really appreciated, was sometimes we get so close to what it is that we do. So for instance, Ryan is in the brewing business, and sometimes brewing beer or all those things become so second nature because you're immersed in what it is that you do. Or maybe you're a writer and you're so immersed in the process of what you do that you sometimes forget how to communicate that to people that are outside of your sphere, outside of your world. So one of the things that we were talking about last night was with Dotan and with Ryan was basically coming up with a couple great questions that you can ask yourself. So I don't know if you want to do a screenshot of that, but basically, what are the most frequently asked questions that people ask me about my industry? So for instance, if you're in the farming business, do people ask you questions about, how do you do it? How did you get started? If you're an entrepreneur, are people asking you, where did you get your ideas? Or how do you stay focused on your ideas when you're discouraged? Whatever those questions are, make a list of them. Even if it's just 5 of your most frequently asked questions. Start with, what are my most frequently asked questions? And then write out what are the answers that I typically have for that. How do you increase my followers and views on Periscope? Oh, that's actually a very good question. Very good question. I'll just throw in an answer right there, is come up with content that answers people's questions or solves a problem, and then deliver that content every day. So little digression, Twitter Scope has been going on since before Christmas. So this is, episode almost up to 90 episodes. And my Periscope followers and my Twitter followers have both grown because, again, I'm committed to being here every single day to bring either some kind of information, some kind of tip, something that people want to know. So within your world, because that's a great question, how do you grow your followers? Is there some area of expertise that that you can share in little bite-sized nuggets? That's just one suggestion. So what are my most frequently asked questions about you and your business? So go through this process. So a Riverside person, I don't know your first name. I just know you're what are the questions people ask you about whatever your industry or your business are, the most common questions. So what is your first name? Tipa 12121. So I can know. Write down whatever it is. So what your area of expertise is, write those out, and then just start putting out that. Alex, okay, Alex, start putting down your ideas for what your content is. Go ahead and put into the chat, what is your area of expertise? What do people typically come to you and ask for either advice or information on? And that's kind of the beginning of what your content story can be. So the other way to come up with content, and this is really, really practical, is explain what you do, explain either your process, how you work, or something about what you do. How would you explain that to a 5-year-old? And when I say to a 5-year-old, I don't mean dumb it down so much that it's so simplistic that it's ridiculous. What I mean is take out all the jargon, take out all of the acronyms, take out anything that someone who's not familiar with your industry wouldn't know. If that makes sense. For instance, here's another example. Today, or this week, I was talking to some folks at the County of Riverside Health and Human Services. They're the folks that do all the nutrition education and, exercise and healthy eating. Well, sometimes when you're in an industry, you start using jargon, you start using words that, people within your industry understand. Well, when you're communicating to a wider base, definitely you want to strip your language of any of that jargon, because you got to assume that someone is like a visitor. I just had Dotan visiting from his travels, and I can't talk about Riverside like I am to a Riversider, because he doesn't know where Orange Crest or Mount Rubidoux or all those things are. So you want to strip your language of anything that is jargon or insider, references, because what that does is that creates a barrier between you and your potential prospects or customers. You need to break it down without being condescending. So I'm not talking about that, if that makes sense. So really what you want to do is you want to invite people. The end goal of all of this stripping down your language and thinking like a visitor is really think of a prospect like a visitor to your business or service. So I hope that is helpful for you. Again, 2 ideas to write down is write down, what are you an expert at? What do people ask you about? If you are, a federal agent, maybe people ask you, what's the difference between the FBI and the CIA or whatever. I mean, those are going to be questions that people that aren't familiar with your industry may want to know. That will give you some examples of some good content to come up with. So again, my name is Dawn Carter. Every single day, I am here with you, pushing back the veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter Scope. If you use that hashtag right there, Twitter Scope, on Twitter, I promise I will answer your questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll find someone who does. And again, thank you so much for showing up. Share these videos if they were helpful for you. And if you want to see any of the old videos, go check this out. I'm at catch.me/decart. I am into tech. Awesome. Okay, well then, Alex, if you're into tech, there may be some really good things that you could be teaching other people about that. If you are new to the industry, again, don't be intimidated, especially if you just graduated. There are a lot of UCR grads in our area. Sometimes having that fresh perspective, that's an advantage, because again, if you're new to an industry, you can challenge given assumptions, and you can say, well, why is it this way? Again, it's all about perspective, and it's all about being able to communicate it well. So I hope that was helpful. Alex, look forward to connecting with you up on in the socials. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, unless you're catching it on the replay. But typically on Fridays, I do a Follow Friday edition. I explain either a Twitter best practice or someone who's killing it in some way, and why. So just want to let you guys know. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you tomorrow. And I will catch you guys on the social. And again, let's work together to make Twitter suck less. Isn't that horrible that people have to say that about your product? So anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I did a Periscope on Mount Rubidoux 24 hours. Oh, nice. Okay, I did too. Well, mine was a snap though. Yeah, amazing. So Alex, we may have to talk Periscope. There's a couple other folks that are here in the local area that we may need to go grab a coffee or grab a beer at Wick's Brewery. But we need to talk about some how to get all of our scopes better, how to make our scopes better. I love it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.